What's up, everybody? Welcome into Tom Curran's Patriots Talk Podcast, Day 2 out here in Las Vegas as we prepare for Super Bowl 58 and continue tracking what in God's name is going on with the New England Patriots. Who better to help us understand that than Kendrick Bourne, Patriots wide receiver. He'll be a free agent in a little over a month. But does he want to stick around? And how is his ACL recovery coming? What does he think about the changes with the Patriots coaching staff and in the offensive room? What about Mac Jones? Stop wasting time. Just bring in Kendrick Bourne. So, without any further ado, Kendrick Bourne. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kendrick Bourne, Patriots wide receiver. And before we get any questions, I want to do an actual test. How you feeling with the knee?
Feeling great, man. You know,
This
back, baby.
back. He's all back.
Moving around.
All right.
Feeling good.
That is a great see, that's what a
sign.
smart free agent to be does. Get on quick slants, show how spry you are. Look, I don't want you to go anywhere. I feel like you got unfinished business.
Thank you.
With this program. And do you feel the same way?
Honestly, do, man. You know, I felt like we were in a rebuild. I mean, that's personally how I felt. Like it was a rebuild 3 years that I was there, and I loved being a part of that, setting the foundation. And I think it's going to take off pretty soon. So I want to be a part of the takeoff in a sense, man. And I'm excited for the new chapter. So I would love to be a part of it, man. I definitely have unfinished business.
So I was going to ask, next question I have on my little list over here, I can barely see, do you want to return? That is, look, Henry's over here. It's it's not totally, you can't be committing. Henry's his agent. But would you prefer to come back to New England, even with the uncertainty that you're seeing?
Absolutely, man. The way they treated me last year, I mean, all my years, they helped me grow tremendously in my life, personally, emotionally, everything, mentally, as a football player, ultimately. And I want to be back in that. I was pushed to another level with the Patriots, man. And I think it's just different. It's an environment that works for me, that helps me become a better person, better player. So I would love to keep that going. I felt like I was becoming the best player that I've ever been in my career. I had a great year in 2021. I had a great 3 years there. So just going into the next year, obviously I got hurt, but I definitely have unfinished business. I was playing great, so I want to go back and do that again.
I mean, it's 8 starts, 37 catches. You led the team. You led the team for about 2 more months after your injury because the production just wasn't there this year. Now there's a ton of uncertainty on this team. What do you see from afar with the coaching switch? First, a legend is gone.
I just see a new era. It's just new. I think nothing wrong with ending something that was phenomenal. Bill had a great tenure. It was just phenomenal. So I think it was just time for something new, and everything comes to an end. And I love Bill, and I love everything he brought, but I think it just needed something new at this point. And I think that's what Jerod's going to bring. It's just a new energy, and it's going to be great. So I feel like I'm a glue guy for the receiver room. I bring energy. I bring a charisma that I feel like we needed. And everybody brings their own, parts, but I feel like I was a part of something that helped. So just want to be a good part of the team. Never want to be a cancer. Never want to be anything that I'm not supposed to be. So just doing the right things.
How will Mayo do? I mean, you guys are similar. He said this year we co-hosted the show for like 3 years.
Yeah.
So what will he bring?
I've had a great relationship with Mayo. Seeing him there for 3 years. He's always walked around the locker room with great energy, with a great attitude, and I just love that's the decision they made. So I'm excited to see what he does. I think he's going to bring great energy. I think it's going to be a swag that we have to ourselves that I think hasn't been seen before in New England. I've only been there for 3 years, so I haven't seen before. I've seen the past, but we'll see. I think it's going to be different and new.
Bill was very anti-swag. He hated swag. He hated the notion of swag. Somebody once mentioned swagger. And this is like in the 2000s. He said, what the hell is swag? What is swagger? Forget about swagger. Forget about how confident you are. Do your stuff. Get ready for the game, and then you can have swagger. No one cares what you say. It's what you do.
Exactly, and that's how Bill is. It's that's the kind of coach he is. So I love him to death, and I think it works for some and it doesn't work for some. So I think there needs to be a balance, and I think that's what Mayo is going to kind of do, is bring a balance.
There's a blank slate to this offense. I've gone through it, and the only guys under contract right now who you would say, hey, these are, and they're your teammates, so you don't have to agree. But there's Ramondre Stevenson, there's David Andrews, and Demario Douglas, all of whom I think would be highly coveted players at this juncture and top 15 at their position.
Yes.
There's a blank slate on this offense to work with. How daunting is that? What should the Patriots offense be in 2024?
We have to step it up. We have to get to a point where we can match what the defense did. Need defense numbers, top 5, I think, or whatever it may be. They're top defense in the league, so it has to match. So whatever that looks like, certain players having to work harder, whoever it is, myself, anybody else, just coming in and getting the job done. So those players you named are great. And so everybody just pulling their weight, and I think that'll change.
What's the preferred style of offense? I mean, you played with San Francisco in the Shanahan offense. You saw the Patriots tried to pivot a little bit in 22. You were here with Josh, and that kind of, option offense, option routes, a little bit more of that. What would be the best offense for this team to adopt to be effective? And I know that you don't generalize. I know that you know that there's got to be something that you'd say, do this.
So I love the West Coast offense. Obviously, my first tenure in San Francisco was West Coast offense, and I heard what's the OC's name?
Alex Van Pelt.
Alex Van Pelt. I heard he's the kind of West Coast. So
Kubiak kind of offense. The Shanahan. So it's
exactly.
Kubiak and Shanahan were married up.
Exactly. So I'm excited for that. I think that might be a good change for what we need. Maybe something different, something we've never done before. Learning new terminology and new ways to do things. I think might help us. Not sure, but I think that's something different that we may need. So I like the hire. I like something that they're going towards the West Coast. I was very successful in the West Coast, obviously. Played there, got paid by the Patriots. So it worked for me personally, and I think it'll work for some players, man. I like both systems, but just whatever works for most of the team, I think, will make us better.
And the last question I have is, there's no quarterback specifically. What would you do a quarterback? I know you were a big Mac Jones guy. But let me ask you first on Mac. Why isn't he a good player anymore?
I love Mac. I think it's just circumstances. I think, the pressure, first rounder, and certain things around him didn't just gel. It just didn't gel. It didn't glue for him. So it was hard. It gets hard. I've experienced my struggles coming into the league. I was undrafted, but it's hard when you're trying to reach expectations and you feel like you can't reach them. So you kind of get down on yourself sometimes. So I think it just kind of got overwhelming. I think he's the same player. I think it just has to be pulled out of him in a certain way, and I think he can do it. So
can he do it here?
I think he can do it here.
And the fans are going to be like, no, not another year of it. No, we don't want to see it again. But that's a hard situation to be in as a quarterback.
It is, and
25.
Exactly, and the fans don't know him personally, and I do, and I love the person he is. So he has it in him. He has it in him, and I think he just has to work for it. Always working. Everybody has to work hard. You know what I'm saying? You have to earn it, and we all have those times where it gets hard, and you might lack, but how do you fix that? How do you learn from your down year, or how do you learn from what your mistakes were? So I think he can do it, man. I hope he can do it. I would love to be playing with him again.
You ever watch college football? I mean, you got to. You play it. So you're probably pretty up to date on the 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Who's the best quarterback in this draft? Is it Caleb Williams? Is it Drake May? Is it Jaden Daniels?
I like Jaden Daniels. So I'm Jaden Daniels fan. Heisman Trophy winner, obviously. I love the play, how he plays, being able to be versatile. So I think that'll be a strong suit for us.
What about
just in
down?
My opinion.
See, I keep saying trade down. Trade down ad. Don't do it?
Don't do it.
Fair enough. I put him on the spot enough here. Kendrick Bourne, best of luck in a month.
Thank you.
I think things will go great, and hopefully we'll see you in July.
Yes, sir. Hopefully, man. Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate it, brother.
All right, everybody, thanks so much for listening. We will be back at it again tomorrow, Wednesday of Super Bowl week, with more guests, more fun, more information for you. Goodbye.